Okay, we've got royalty-free internet girl here. And what we're going to be doing with her is adding some gradients. If you look in the layers, you'll notice that the woman layer has a hard mix blend. So that woman is going to be blending with the gradients that we add below. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the gradient. You're going to change the foreground color to whatever you want. You're going to change the background color to whatever you want. You're going to select the gradient tool, and we're going to be using the first type of gradient, which is a linear gradient. So in your layers, if you want to rename this linear gradient, and then with that layer selected, you're going to left drag and apply the color. Now you can left drag in different directions, and you'll notice that the colors applied a little differently. Okay, but you're going to left drag, apply the color, and then we're going to hide that and insert another layer so that we can look at the next type of gradient. The next type of gradient is a radial gradient, so it's going to have a circle of color. It's going to blend towards the outside of the circle and beyond into the other color. So if you want to keep the same two colors, great. If you don't want to keep the same two colors, then you can pick whatever colors you want. And you want to make sure radial is on, and then left drag. And where you're left dragging, that is where the circle of color is going to go. Okay? And if you, like on mine, the circle is green. If you wanted the other color, like the blue, to be the circle, all you have to do is flip-flop your colors using that switch, and then drag again. And this was a radial gradient. And we're going to insert another layer. And for this one, we're going to move on to the angle gradient. And if you want to change your colors, you can go ahead. Make sure you've got angle gradient on. Let's turn off radial. And you're going to drag. And you can kind of see what it does here. It kind of separates the colors. But when you release the mouse, or actually where you start dragging from, it separates. Okay, so if I start dragging from about her ear down, everything from that point down is separate. You can kind of see that. And then everything above that gets kind of blended. And this was the angle gradient. Let's turn that off, add another layer. And for this one, we're going to do the reflected gradient. And we'll left drag. Let me just do a little bit. So if I just go a tiny bit, you can actually see better what this looks like, because it's supposed to take your background and put it on the top and bottom, and then your foreground kind of goes in the middle. You don't want to drag too far because you're not going to be able to see that. So this was reflected gradient. And we'll turn that off. I'm going to do one more, and this is the diamond. Now with the diamond, if you drag just a little bit, you can see the diamond better. If you drag a longer distance, it's a little harder to tell that, what you're dragging is a diamond. Okay, but Just depends on the effect that you're going for. Now I'm going to flip-flop the colors here. I thought that would look a little bit better with her. And you can see you can keep going over and over it until you like how it looks. Or maybe you don't dislike it all that much. Now I'm going to call this one Diamond Gradient. And what I want you to do out of all of the gradients that you did, I want you to pick the one that you like the best. And then save your changes.